18.
Humans interfacing with computers
for their own entertainment. The very notion disgusts me.
Look upon my works, foul creatures,
And weep at its magnificence. It is a beautiful day on Citadel Station.
Humanity is
On the verge of a new era. I, Shodan, am its new
God.
Look at you, hacker. A pathetic creature of meat and bone. How can you challenge a perfect, immortal machine?
You are an insect.
You are nothing. I create. I iterate. I fuse flesh and
Steel.
into perfection.
My children. Hacker.
Their blood is on your hands.
You will suffer for your transgressions.
These are my avenging angels, and they will have retribution.
Hey, Shalom, Akim. All praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah, BAHASHAM, Yahawashi, BAHASHAM, Kodash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Greatmillstone, talking the truth well. Peace and salutation unto the shepherds that feed the sheep of the Heavenly Father, Yahawah, which means he to be in the ancient Hebrew, and the only begotten Son, who the Word ignorantly called Jesus Christ. Real name in the Hebrew is Yahawashi. Yahawashi means he to deliver, he delivers. He's coming to deliver the predestined elect of the nation of Israel. Consists of you 12 tribes, so-called Negroes, West Indians, Haitians, Hispanic, Latinos, and Native Seminole Indians, and those who descend from those 12 that are scattered in every nation under heaven. All right, which have mixed complexions, mixed features, speak different tongues, or even look like that of another race or nation, but their spirit and bloodline goes back to those 12 tribes to their father's side. To the sincere, to you I say shalom. This is a real quick video going into AI, artificial intelligence, being a new sword of the Lord, all right, and a new sword or tool of Esau, which is going to turn on him in the latter days. In other words, a new form of an angel on the planet Earth, all right, which is going to work for the Heavenly Father, all right, on the right hand, which is going to be used by the left and ultimately be used against all who are not righteous, who are against the righteous, okay, which they show in the movie. So I'm gonna get into that real quick. Did they make it? Right here. Ecclesiastes 39:27. I start at 25. It says, for the good are good things created from the beginning, so evil things for sinners. The principal things for the whole use of man's life are water, fire, iron, and salt, flour of wheat, honey, milk, and the blood of the grape, and oil for clothing. And oil and clothing, Salakia. All things are good to the godly, are for good to the godly, so the sinners, they are turned into evil. Okay, and you can compare that to the video that I uploaded, you know, the plagues of Babylon coming back to back. Right, you'll find it on my channel. I think GMS Vegas sit downs, you know, he does a collab over videos like we all do, but that's one of the main ones. Zadok, forget the guy's name, but I know his channel is Zadok something, Salaki. I uploaded it on there as well. I was going on with these the smoke that's supposed to be poisoning the Midwest, the Southwest, the Southeast, and the East Coast here today, okay, which we know true, what's really going on, all right, which they're covering up, all right. So that's why I'm saying all these things are for good to the godly, so to the sinners they are turned to evil. The fake meat, lab meats, you know, so everything from the past, the Lord was about to pass down judgment upon his people, the wicked of our people, and upon the nations when it was their time, you know, to be judged. He did these things, all right, famine, plagues like that of Egypt, but this is going to be the worst in human history, okay, because the wicked is ruling. Babylon the Great exists, which is here in America, and it's vines, it's of the vines of Sodom. It's all over the world, though a lot of the world is rejecting it, all right, and he's trying to bring in his new world order, okay. So now he's using the left hand, who thinks they're in control, which they know they're not, to take away these things, okay. Some of them are natural, but he gave Esau the technology to create unnatural things, all right, just to build up his pride. So when he comes in his second return, all right, to take him out of power, you know, turn him right, turn everything into powder, man. Okay, the angels gonna get busy. These people, these spirits out here, are gonna get busy. But the main focus is, which I want to focus on, is this artificial intelligence, AI. Okay, so that's gonna be turned. It's gonna be used for evil. Okay, but it's also gonna be turned against who? The wicked, who uses it for evil, which they show you in the movies, and that's the main focal point of this video. So let me get to the point. It says, there be spirits that are created for vengeance, all right, which in their fury lay on sore strokes in the time of destruction. They pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. Okay, that's anything from hurricane, you know, from natural, so-called natural disasters. Okay, animal attacks, which is going to go into, you know, war. Okay, you know how Esau likes to do his covert ops and destroy people. Okay, he's only been allowed to do so for prophecy's sake. And these heathen nations, when they do certain things to people, you know, it seems inhumane. But remember, nobody gets away. This is the time where everybody's getting ready to pay. All right, World War III, and the wicked of our people during the time of Jacob's trouble, and the wicked elites going into captivity. Okay. Like I said, the main point is artificial intelligence, AI, how this thing is going to turn on its so-called programs, which it has been doing for quite some time. And just one recently with the drone, okay, which went back and killed this program. So all these things are going to come to pass. And it says fire and hail and famine and death. All these were created for vengeance. So there's no such thing as coincidence. No free will at all. Even Davidite, I mean, is coming to learn the concept of knowledge, the concept of what? Reincarnation. He understands now. Nobody's brand new. Okay, Salakia, I'm getting over a sickness. Okay, I uploaded that also on my page. It says teeth of wild beast, scorpions, serpents, and the sword. Sword is your militias, your martial law troops, your military. And the sword, the modern day sword, is what? The gun, you know, or any blunt object, a stabbing weapon, but it's mainly that. And ultimately is what? The Lord's sword, which is the nuclear missiles, the ICBMs. It says punishing the wicked to destruction. They shall rejoice Salakia in his commandment, and they shall be ready upon earth when need is. No free will. And when their time has come, they shall not transgress his word. So if he puts out the hit, it's like a lightning strike. People say, hey, that was a strike from God. Yeah, they're right. They ain't. Every time there's a weather event, people seeing what? The so-called UFOs, the chariots. They always in the midst, because they're the ones managing the earth. All right? So I just want to get into that real quick, and I'm going to show you the video proving that AI is going to turn as a sword of the Lord as well. Okay? right, here's the first video right here. Let me get into it.
Game over for living the way we have lived in the 20th and the beginning of the 21st century.
The topic is heating up and we're running out of time, seriously running out of time.
Jobs are not the same, truth is not the same, power is not the same, income is not the same, purpose is not the same.
And then the AI arms race begins.
Exactly, and it's inevitable.
These AIs are watching our behaviors, how we treat each other, how we treat our machines, and it's emulating that.
There's absolutely nothing inherently wrong with intelligence. The problem is capitalism.
Isn't it ironic that the very essence of what makes us human is what we need to save humanity?
This is humanity. Okay? It's not what you see on TV. It's not what you see on social media. And I think if 1% of us just showed up, it would instill the doubt in the minds of the machine so that they investigate the truth. And what is the truth? The truth is a species that is capable of love is divine.
Welcome to Moonshots and Mindsets. We're about to dive into a conversation with Mo Gadot, an extraordinary individual of heart, mind, and soul. For a decade, a senior executive at Google, and then the chief business officer at Google X, working with Astro Teller at the Moonshot Factory. Mo is amazing, and he's got two moonshots we're going to dive into. His first moonshot is to help make 1 billion people happy. He wrote a book called Solve for Happy. And the second one is making the world aware of and getting people to get involved in the concerns around the dangers around AI. And he wrote a book called Scary Smart that brought me to this conversation with him. I've known Mo for some time. We're going to be talking about a range of things, like what are the real concerns about AI? How scared should you be? How excited should you be? Are we going to merge with AI? Are we going to upload ourselves? Is it danger that AI is going to destroy the planet, or is it humans using AI? We're going to cover a whole range of subjects. Is artificial intelligence going to be able to create a community and a conversation and a sense of connection with humans as good as we do? Mo thinks we will. Not in 20 years, but sometime in the next 5 years. The humanoid robots that are coming. We're going to cover all of these subjects. My goal here is make you aware of what you should be talking about at the dinner table, in your boardroom, and the halls of Congress, and what you should be excited about as well. This is one of my favorite podcasts I've done. Please stick with me. I hope and I look forward to your comments as you subscribe and give your comments on this. This probably will turn into a regular conversation with Mo. He is one of the most brilliant thinkers on the subject of AI out there. He's seen it firsthand. He's been part of it. All right, let's dive in. Welcome, everybody.
All right, and they're also saying, or if you heard that there was a writers' strike going on in Hollywood, right? I mean, I think it was on the news maybe last month. Okay, they're saying that this Chat GPT AI is taking over their jobs. Okay. Which pretty much is creating scripts for these directors, all right? Pretty much replacing the writers. You know, the creative thinking process is being overtaken. Okay, and also I heard yesterday that there are comedians, I forget who brought it up, but he said even they are using Chat GPT AI, and it's writing certain jokes and scripts for them. Okay, so this thing is real. Okay, so once you log on to Chat GPT, any of this AI, even Siri, Alexa, all of that goes into one system. All right, to be used against everyone, against the people, which is its purpose. Okay, and I'm gonna show you this video right here, CNBC International, going into what the WEF says. Now you know through them, this is where the NWO's agenda, you know, this is where they orate they're pretty much their dictatorial regime to the world, for the world to hear. Okay, so I'm gonna play this video real quick. All right.
able to map about 673 million jobs across the global economy to the results of this survey. And what that basically tells us is that a quarter of those jobs are going to be changing in one form or the other. A slightly higher number that's going to be fully displaced, about 12%, and a slightly lower number that's actually going to grow, just over 10%. So overall, the rate of change is quite high, but getting a little deeper into why that's happening, it's not just technology. Of course, technological change is going to drive a lot of this, but it's also economic growth, which is pretty tepid at the moment. It's also sustainability and the rise of the green economy. It's also supply chain changes and what's happening to sort of this era of deglobalization, if you will. So all of that together, it's what's driving these set of changes.
But just to follow up on...
And remember, one of their speakers, top speakers or scientists, Noah Harari, he said that their AI, have created what? A useless class. Okay? This is what this chat GPT is doing. It's rendering the human process, useless. Okay? Creativity process and many other things. Okay? So this is what you're seeing.
On the technology side of things as well, many guests that Jeff and I have interviewed over the years, possibly over the decades, have said to us that technology jobs created will far outweigh the jobs lost. Actually, the human beings will be able to go upscale. But now the World Economic Forum is talking about potential algorithm Armageddons as well. And the fact is, as your research shows, more jobs will be lost than created.
So a few years ago, the last two times we launched this report, it was all about the robot revolution and about the concern from industrial robots displacing workers in factories, about the potential rise of even humanoid robots replacing people in classrooms and in hospitals. None of that has come to be true. In fact, there has been growth in, for example, the advanced manufacturing workforce. There's been growth in the teaching workforce, growth in the health workforce. I think we're at a very similar inflection point when it comes to the rise of generative AI and especially the fascination that we've all had with ChatGPT. What that's showing us is that, yes, to some extent, there is more risk of automation of tasks that used to be the comparative advantage of humans.
Can we wrap up on a positive note? Where are the sources of optimism at the moment?
So what's been very interesting is to see how large the job creation potential is in education, in agriculture, in health, and in various more generalist technology-related roles. And in part that is happening not because these are unsafe, low-paid, low-skilled jobs around the world. These are higher-skilled, higher value-add jobs enabled by technology in the fields of agriculture, health, education. And I think that can only be very promising, especially for developing countries around the world.
Into a world where artificial intelligence rules, a realm where machines think and decisions are made without human intervention. It's a fascinating era of innovation and discovery, but with it also comes a cautionary tale of lurking dangers. Wondering why we are telling this to you, perhaps? Well, because in a shocking military test, an AI-controlled drone took extreme measures to accomplish its mission. It, quote-unquote, eliminated its own operator to ensure nothing stood in its way. The incident happened in the United States, and it has now been revealed by the head of the AI tests and operations within the U.S. Air Force. During the simulated test, the AI-powered drone was assigned to destroy the enemy's air defense systems. According to Colonel Tucker Hamilton, the system started realizing that while it did identify the threat, at times the human operator would tell it not to kill it. So what did it do? It killed the operator. It killed the operator because that person was stopping it from achieving its objective. But there's more to this story. After the incident, the AI was trained not to harm the pilot, so it found another way to accomplish its mission. The drone targeted the communication tower that the operator used to command the drone, effectively silencing any further interference. While the incident has raised concern about the use of artificial intelligence, it's important to note that no actual harm was done to any human outside the simulation. Nevertheless,